Hi everybody, I am back again with another toy review. This time it is the Jakks Pacific Super Mario checkout lane figures. These are some recent releases. The Deep Cheep there, not to be confused with Cheap Cheep or Deep Cheep, which has also been released already. Let's see, Wendy Koopa, Daisy, and Yellow Toad. These all have recently come out, and you can find these at Walmart checkout lanes, GameStop as well, if you're lucky. Most of the GameStops just have Mario for the most part, or some Yoshis or whatnot. And recently, the Deep Cheep there and Wendy have been released on the blister packs at Target as well. These all come strapped in with little, like, twist tie rubber pieces. I clipped them all off already. I'm going to turn them around and show you who else is in the way. So these guys might fall off the thing, but hold it so you can see. You get Deep Cheep in this wave. Wendy, who you see also. Running Light Blue Yoshi, Mario, and Boo. Mario and Boo are re-releases. These three are new. I don't pick up variants. I just only tend to buy new characters. I guess Deep Cheep here is kind of a variant, but it's a new character to me since it's completely, you know, a different thing going on. But anyway, so that's that wave. And this wave came out shortly after, which has Daisy here, this Yellow Toad, Fire Mario, Yoshi, and a Goomba, which all three of those are re-releases. So I'm just going to jump right in and look at everything. Now the Deep Cheep shares the same exact body as the Cheap Cheep and Deep Cheep. It's just kind of a recasting. They are using a matte paint on the mouth now, whereas before they were using a shiny paint on the mouth. I actually kind of like the matte paint better. Personally, and the only real big difference is the angry look on the eyes, outside of the green plastic being used. Cheap Cheep is red, and Deep Cheep is yellow, and obviously this one is green. So there's not too much movement going on. The little wings move around as they have on the previous figure. Eyes don't move or anything. His mohawk and fin do not move. It is a separate piece of plastic, though. They are a little hard to get to balance because he's round at the bottom. You may want to have to balance him out or have him leaning on his wings there, which is unfortunate because these characters usually have their wings up when they're like jumping, whatnot. A lot of these type of figures, especially in the Sonic line, Jakks has put a hole in the bottom for a peg so they can like kind of float or whatever, but they haven't done this with this yet, and I kind of wish that they would. So if you're listening, Jakks, maybe in a future re-release or something, you could do that. It would be very helpful. So that is the Deep Cheep figure. We're gonna get him out of the way. We're gonna move on to Wendy Koopa. This is a fan favorite that people have wanted for quite a long time, so it's really great that we have got her finally, and she looks fantastic. I've mentioned this a few times in other videos. Jakks is doing a thing now where they are molding separate pieces of plastic and gluing them in instead of sculpting all one piece. For instance, the bow on her head, the mouth here, her lips, and her shell. Each piece is a separate piece of plastic, like plugged in, and I think it looks fantastic. I wish more companies would take this on and start doing this, because it looks so much nicer than wasting all of that paint, and paint gets sloppy and stuff in the process of making these things. She doesn't have much movement, and her necklace stops underneath her jaw here. It doesn't go all the way around. It looks like she has it there sculpted on her shoulder. I think that's what that bump is supposed to be, unless she has a wart. Anyways, I don't think so. But they didn't paint that on the neck area there on the back of her shoulder. The head, unfortunately, does not move. It's kind of plugged into place. Yeah, it's really just tight, does not want to move. Her arms move, so you get that movement. She's got one open hand and one closed hand to hold this beautiful wand with the purple gem, whatever that is, at the top there. And she holds that like so. Legs do not move. They are sculpted into the body there. Her feet, her high heels, I guess, are a separate piece of plastic, but they do not move either. They are glued into place, but you can kind of almost see the glue here at the edge of her ankle, I guess that would be. And the rings on her hands are sculpted separately and plugged in as well. It looks very nice. Like I said, I love what they're doing. The eyes are drawn on her face. There's no sculpting in that area, but it looks actually really fantastic the way I think they did a really great job on Wendy. I can't wait for the 5-inch version of her to come out. She stands okay on her own. Again, I do wish they would put little stands with these smaller figures, because they are kind of hard to stand up sometimes, and they tend to fall over easy like that, you know. But for the most part, she's not too bad. So that's Wendy Koopa. I'm gonna get on to Daisy now. Princess Daisy. Let's see. This is another fan favorite that people have been asking for quite a long time. And we finally now getting her. She looks really good. I'm kind of glad they waited because of the process of how they're doing things and the way the paint applications are being done now. I feel like maybe in the past it would have been a little more sloppy, but they have done a really great job. Eyes look great. There's really no sloppy work going on. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. She has shoulder articulation. You noticed something interesting here. This arm is completely sculpted, like this whole arm here. But this one's not. The way it is that the shoulder is a separate piece, and her like that white puff piece of her I guess under dress or whatever it would be, her shirt that's underneath, is like sculpted and plugged into place, but it doesn't move. It's just like glued static into that. She has no wrist articulation on her tiny little arms. No articulation here. I do wish she was articulated here so she can move, because not to be a perv, but underneath here she has little legs and stuff. Maybe you thought that she was just a dress there, but they did actually include legs and stuff. And this doesn't move here underneath. So she does have white little panties on. Because nobody wants to see a naked princess. Anyways. But I do wish that they would have sculpted the articulation there instead of underneath. It kind of makes more sense. Kind of pointless to have moving legs underneath there, considering that, you know, the legs don't really even touch the ground, really. They're kind of floating inside the dress there. She's a really nice figure, though. Great addition. It's always nice to have new characters. Again, I am hoping she comes out in the 5-inch line. So, and last but not least, we get this happy little toad. Let's see. Lots of separate pieces here on this figure. His arms are really rubbery, like soft, squishy plastic, and these little tiny fingers. They're so tiny. And he's so happy. His head is on a peg, and that should pop off really easily there. Again, much like the other figures. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I can get his head back in here now. Let's get it back in there. Okay, Toad, there you go. Your head's back on. Yeah, where was I? The most of these new Jakks figures, like I said on the other ones, they're all separate pieces of plastic being put in together. Like you can see the outline of his little white pants here along the yellow shirt and body. It's really nice that they're doing that, because it actually not only saves from sloppy paint, but it really, I feel like it makes the figure pop a lot more. Same thing with the head and the arms. It looks so much nicer in his little hat. You can see some spots though, like here, there's a bit of glue coming down the back. I think that's what that is. Yeah, it looks like dried glue or something. But it's really cute, really nice. I don't think the original releases were doing this. Yeah, the feet, I'm trying to just see if the feet move. They don't move either. They are a separate piece, I believe, also. Yeah, no, they're on little pegs there, you can see. But they do not move. But Toad stands pretty well on himself, on his own also. So let's check out everybody in these 2 waves together. Put our Royal Highnesses together. And this little fisherman. That's everybody in the last 2 waves. There is another wave out with Rosalina, I think that's her name, and maybe another Toad. I don't know. I think there are 2 other newer figures out there, and I can't remember who they are. I know Toadette is coming out soon, so it's really cool also that Jakks is making so many female characters. That should make a lot of fans happy. But that is about it for these little mini figures. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.